Well, welcome back. We're now about to start Ford City Faceoff, but before we get to that, we just want to remind you again, we've been talking about it this morning, the blizzard that took place 11 years ago today that impacted so many of us in the state line and even outside the state line.
You know, it's crazy. Yesterday we're talking about the polar vortex, and then it came out, of course, the February 1st. We had the blizzard of 2011. Let's bring in Steve Shannon from 97Z. Okay, we were just talking about this during commercial break. This was, you said, the first time that you didn't show up to work because of the weather. It was crazy here.
Yeah, it was, you know, there's so much snow. It was so difficult for plows to get to secondary and beyond and lesser important streets. And I couldn't get out of my own driveway. I mean, I couldn't pull out of my garage. The snow right outside the garage was about almost 3 feet high. It was like there was just no way. And so we just moved some snow in the driveway and played in it. I had St. Bernards at that time, and the snow was so high, my Bernards were able to walk kind of right up to the top of the fence and look over the other side.
Oh, wow.
It's crazy to think about. I was just talking about this earlier, saying they set me out. They said, we need you to fix something on the live truck. And I drove, I was by myself. And I look back now and I'm like, why did I do that? Gonna call my old news director today.
Exactly. I was not out in the elements per se. I was on the East Coast, but we were covering the storm, and we sent one of our anchors to Chicago, and he was there covering that big Lakeshore Drive shutdown that happened where all those people got stranded overnight, all those cars got stuck. So it definitely was a big event for a lot of us, even near and far.
Yeah.
And
I'm glad it's not happening today.
Right.
Yeah, exactly right.
I know you have a bone to pick with us this morning.
Yes, you let us know already how you feel. You were feeling a certain type of way.
I didn't know you were going to let me have space with it. And so I'm thankful. I'm grateful to both of you for this space. And I don't know if Joey's within earshot, but this is for him too, because I know you guys all collaborate on stuff, but it always seems like when you have topics that might cover some older generations, you always wait on that material till we talk. Why is that?
Well, I feel this is what I'll take blame for. Your experience. You know what I mean? I feel like you can weigh in. You're young. You can weigh in on all the young stuff. You know?
Exactly. Yeah. Look, Steve, you don't look young at all. I mean, sorry. No, you don't look old. That's what I'm saying. All right, I'm going to just be quiet because clearly it didn't come out the right way.
Yeah, Marcus, you can go.
Oh, I can wave. No. Steve, you look very youthful. And like I was saying, I wouldn't actually be able to tell how old you are. I literally don't know based off of just looking at you. So, hey, you look just as young as the rest of us.
You're right. All right, well, we're talking about this because apparently there's this new study out that says that, you know, if you go about your day a little differently than your parents or kids, you're probably not alone. The new study comes in from the Bureau of Labor Statistics that says that women from Generation X are more likely to spend time on traditional domestic chores. Meanwhile, millennial women, they spend more time on self-care, leisure, taking care of pets, things like that. How do you feel about that, Steve?
My wife would definitely be in both of those worlds. Seriously, yeah.
What is that?
And you know, clearly, I'm not a millennial, Marcus. I spend my days, you know, just waiting for someone to tell me how young and beautiful I am. That's all.
Yes, right. Marcus will do that for you. It just didn't come out right.
Yeah, it didn't come out right. You know, sometimes the words come out clearly, and then sometimes they don't. But hey, we still love you, Steve. So there we go.
Yeah. But I guan we all kind of do things a little differently than our parents did. You know, I mean, for me, I find now that you know I have approached. I'm in my 50s. You know, they say that you sleep less when you get older because you're not as focused on how important that is. And I really think it's the only part of that study I disagree with. I very much know how important sleep is, and I very much wish I could sleep more. But my body has other plans.
I know. What do you average a night, Steve, on sleep?
5 to 6 hours. And, you know, I had a great therapist say to me once, you know, if you get a little anxious brain or whatever and you just can't sleep, don't lie there and try to lull it back. Get up and do something.
Really?
And maybe, if you're lucky, God's plan for that day was for you to go back to bed.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah, that is good to know. But that is interesting. I feel like I get a good amount of sleep now, but I make it a priority though. I do prioritize sleep just because I want to be awake at this hour.
Yeah.
But thinking about some of the things they were saying the millennium women were doing, a lot more self-care, leisure, I do feel like that is definitely a millennial thing. That's always the message, you know, take care of yourself, self-care, things like that. So that treat yourself, as they say. So that definitely makes sense for millennials.
And I would recommend all my other Gen Xers to pay attention to that part of what millennials do, because it is critical to take care of you.
Right. Well, Steve, we always appreciate you. You look young, we promise.
Exactly. You look like $1 million, as they say.
Marcus, I'm keeping my eye on you.
Something about that chair. Thanks, Steve. Joey, how's it going?